I have no
So
idea.
we'll open the meeting for Halifax Conservation, April 26, 2022, 7:07. Chris, Eddie, Colleen, and Debbie in the attendance. First item is Town of Halifax Fire Department, RDA riprap retaining wall for the existing, where is it?
Thanks.
Museum?
Museum, yes.
New museum.
They're renovating it to be
Okay.
outdoor and aging.
Yep. Is anybody here for any questions or comments on that? Nope. Do I hear a motion?
I put a motion that the IDA for 516 Plymouth Street.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Can you let me know what the like negative, positive?
Negative.
But I mean the
It'll be a negative, so there's nothing else required. It's out of the wetlands.
It's okay, because it's in the buffer zone.
Yeah, they,
Okay.
Do you want me to mark it or you want to mark it?
I can do it.
You can do it? Okay.
yeah,
Notice of intent for 20 Home Street, demolition and reconstruction of existing dwelling. Mr. Webby.
Joe Webby, Webby Engineering. With me is Gassan Tanous and Carol Dowd. They currently own the existing dwelling at 20 Home Street, which is right here. It's inside the dash line. What they would like to do is demolish that and construct a new dwelling this size. We have, obviously, we're on Monpont Pond. We have a top of a bank that was delineated by Drad Homes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And there's also a water hole, a little pond here that we are not proposing to do any work within.
Yep.
But basically, all the infrastructure is already in, they already have town water, they have a septic system that's way up by Plymouth Street, so we're just gonna take the 2 tanks, put them over here, and then pump up to the system again. So basically, all they would like to do is demolish the cottage and construct a new dwelling.
Okay.
is there any, is the distance staying the same to the pond?
Yeah, well, we had a little discussion out there. I think the state had asked us to move it just off the pond.
Okay,
So we're trying to move it about 8 feet.
off it, okay.
Basically, the house will be in the same, what is right there right now is a deck, so
Okay,
we'll just come off that 8 feet.
I have a question.
We're totally full, so
Is it going to
yeah,
be a 1-story or a 2-story structure?
2-story.
Two. And how, the height, the final height of the house?
The house, I don't have the house plans, but they can't be any higher in Halifax than 35 feet.
How many feet?
35.
Okay. The only reason I ask is I have a beautiful view from 4 rooms in my home.
And where are you?
I'm at 151 Plymouth Street.
Is that on this side?
You asked me before, and I cut
Oh,
a tree
is
for
this
you.
you, Jason?
I cut a tree for you so you could see the water. You asked me, correct? I cut it for you, you could see the water. You see me too in the water, you see both now.
I don't want to see a roof. No.
I'll be your neighbor, don't worry.
It's kind of a, they do have a 1-story now, but there's also a, looks like another story on top.
Here she is,
Sure
she is.
does.
And I can't see it
Okay.
unless I walk quite a ways into the field, and then I can see yours.
I don't believe the elevation is gonna change by that.
So there's no, we're good here?
The elevation height.
We're good with everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you can bring your chair and sit in my post. Anytime in my post. Don't worry. Anytime.
Do I hear a motion on approving the notice of intent for the demolition and reconstruction?
I put a motion notice of intent for 20 Home Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hopefully soon, be there.
Are there any conditions on that? Since it will have a deadline? Should I put?
Was it over the wetlands?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you,
No.
I see you.
No.
Every time you took up a wood,
Yeah,
you
no.
could go and-
That's the
You
way.
said they were gonna try to bring it back.
Oh, he's actually bringing it back this way?
And my friend and I.
Yeah, so,
working
Joe-
on that hill.
You said that they were gonna move it back,
Yeah, they're gonna move it that
It's
8
actually
feet.
coming back this way.
Move it.
and so it won't, it'll be completely behind that.
It'll be off 8 feet from the top of the bank.
Okay,
But,
Yeah, I would say that would be a
I like it.
real condition other than
Right.
your standard condition.
right, okay.
Siltation.
Oh, yeah, the silk area, which you
Yeah.
already had on there and everything, so. This is the one you want us to sign? This particular one here? Which that's where you got the thing as opposed to here? Okay.
This is an online filing, so like, put your names in there.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Someone else said-
This one.
5715.
Now, when it comes to the ocean, the lake, we don't deal with inside the lake, right?
Deal up to it, but if somebody like is doing a dock,
Yeah.
that becomes the
Yeah, it's connecting.
chief of police. But then if there's construction going on, we still have to deal with it as far as erosion controls and things of that nature.
Yeah.
That one all set, Tom?
Yeah, good.
Okay. 67 Lake Street.
Yes. We're here to find out what.
They're all by dates. That's April 8th, it starts at April 8th. But it did start, I have more from February that started. These are the ones that I didn't get the picture to, but these started February 24th.
This your neighbor or is this?
That's our neighbor, she's
Okay.
having problems too, just as much.
Okay.
That's to show the level
Level
of
of
the
the
lake.
lake,
We usually have about 8 feet of beach there.
yeah.
Now there's 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, let me show you, can I point something out? If you got right to here, no.
There's
Not
more.
there. If you got to here, that's where the footing is for the porch,
For your porch.
yes.
for my porch.
You'll see it in some of the other pictures, the corner of
How's this been going on?
it. Well, we started noticing that the wall was starting to move and shift, but you know, we didn't
Around
think it was,
December, we
all of a
noticed
sudden,
the wall
one of the
starting
storms went down. And it just kept continuing. Some of those would be the street, sorry about those.
Just everywhere we turn, the ground is just absolutely saturated.
Saturated.
Is this when the lake started rising at the start of the happen?
Those are A Street.
What's going on here is the water is hitting the wall. You see it
Yeah.
cracking here and here?
Yeah.
Well, all this was
Sink it
level
down.
with was level with the wall.
So this is what
And
we
it's,
have problems with.
what's going on
Everything's
is
sinking.
Everything sinks in this,
Yeah.
in this town.
the ground is pushing the
that
wall
was a
this
new
way, the ice is
movement a
pushing
couple
it, it's
years
like
ago.
so, and it's just, in the ice, the water will hit the
This is
wall.
the latest,
and
this was
then
either yesterday.
saturate
That
the
might be
ground,
yesterday.
and then it'll freeze.
So now even more of the
And
water.
now it's hydraulically jacking it out.
Oh my God.
So,
Now, my father built that 45 years
Oh,
ago.
really?
I
like,
bought
I was
the
trying
house
to let
I
these
grew
guys
up in.
know,
Wow.
this would be all the way out to
And
here with Head Beach, and it's not.
I'm beside myself. I don't know what to do. I'm up here looking for.
Yeah.
I have to do something. I have
Yeah.
my
And
granddaughter
she's
comes
having
over
the same
all the
issues,
time.
like the water comes up
And we
onto
can't
the
even
lawn
bring her
and
out in
that's,
the
you know
yard
what I mean?
anymore.
Yeah.
So, she's away this weekend,
I
so she
thought
probably will
of
come in with
maybe
us.
putting some
Does it stay
some
forever, or
pilings.
does it?
Yeah.
It goes
Steel
up and
pilings
but
Up and
it's
down
gonna
like the
happen a
tide?
lot
You
more.
came in the middle of that
Yeah.
conversation with
When you're
him.
talking.
Yeah.
You know, that was one avenue.
Is she gonna do
That's
something as
something I
well?
was thinking of.
That's actually,
Now, I
that's
wanted
hers
to
and
know
that's
what
ours.
you
So I
guys
did have,
recommend for
railroad
building
ties here at one
materials
time,
to
but they
do
just brought
this.
it out and took
Uh,
'em out.
You looking into hiring an engineer to look at it to get a better idea, or? I know it costs money, but,
Well, that's the whole thing, we wanna do something for now until we can figure something out. So that's what we're looking for, we need to, see, that's as much as the water drains out. And that was yesterday.
I almost wish we took a videotape of it.
I know. Let me just see this one second.
Some of this is an issue
Like
that we
near the
have
road?
coming from, well, we have an issue from
Our
everyone
street as
pumping
well.
down the road, and this catch basin goes over to another one that doesn't
As
go
you can see,
anywhere.
this is where some of the wall has just fallen.
So
right
it's
in.
saturating all the ground, so we got it coming from
And that
both
was March
sides of
12th.
Right.
the house.
So-
Okay.
That's the street side, and we got it coming from the lake side.
Yeah, you can keep all these, I got these on my phone too.
Have you,
Yeah.
have you spoken with anybody about coming out there and looking at it and giving you some
We came
suggestions
to you
on what to
first.
do?
This was, we no one, we kept asking,
Yep.
like, and they're like, well, we don't know. We don't know what to do, and so I said, well, let's make an appointment with conservation. I
So,
went to Board of Health first.
okay, so I would get somebody out there and have them look at it and give you an idea of what you can do in regards to
Well,
making it.
material wise, we don't know, we don't wanna, that's why we're coming to you.
I'm not too sure that they're gonna, I don't know how they would react to wanting to put the steel pile in. I'm trying to think, do you remember when Jerry was still here and we had the same situation out on the lake? What we recommended to that guy?
was that guy putting in a dock too? Was that-
I
Is
don't
that on
remember.
Lake Street?
I don't remember the dock.
Was it on East Side Lake?
I
This
just
is like
can't remember.
3-4 years
No,
ago.
yeah, it was just a while ago, but we had the same situation and we wanted,
Okay,
And they wanted to fix it up and,
we wanna help.
okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, there is certain
Well,
filings
there's a
that
couple
were,
of different ways that they can do the pilings, but from what I talked about with the steel pilings, the pile drivers we've used,
yeah,
it only gets extremely expensive from there,
yeah,
okay? Now, I know that they have these retaining walls with the fake veneer or the stone poured into the building blocks
Yep.
that are
yep,
2 foot by 3 foot,
mm-hmm,
or 3 foot by 2 foot.
yep,
And they haul it out in the middle so you could put rocks and
Yep.
whatnot in that. But in doing something along them lines, I'm going to get more land out of that. I'm not looking to expand my yard in any way,
Right.
shape, or form. I just wanna
maintain what you have.
maintain what I've had, all right? And this here doesn't, there's another system that's, made out of a fiberglass, we were looking at that, and it's roughly about 8 inches thick,
yep,
all right? And you drive that down in, and then you pour it with concrete and
Yep.
rebar.
yep,
Yeah,
And, that's extremely expensive. I mean, I'd have to remortgage my house to be doing that wall. And I'm almost got the house paid off,
so,
you know, so I'm hoping to have the house paid off, my retire at the same time.
you look at this picture right here.
Yep.
This is the old wall that's coming over.
yeah.
So would your plan be to come in and remove part of the wall and then do a section? Or is your plan to remove the whole wall and do it all in one shot, going across?
Okay, well, let me,
Well,
See, because when you speak with somebody who does work like
Yep,
this
uh-huh.
or something,
the whole thing.
what the biggest thing is you don't want this going
is there any
here.
pictures from the water looking
That's
at?
what we want to
Well,
avoid
that's
is.
already happened.
Yeah.
From the water looking at it, I
And
don't
that's
recall.
what we want to, now, if you wanted to, you could come right and go straight right across. So in other words,
Okay. Right,
Because these are
There's
parts
the
of our
hole.
wall
yeah,
Yeah,
in
falling
the
in.
water,
Yeah.
jeez,
you know, and it's like,
okay,
straight across.
okay, do you hear what he's saying, Ray?
one more time?
Go ahead.
So
one more
you
time.
want to follow the existing wall where it was.
Yep,
So where this eroded back, you ignore that and you follow the existing wall that's already there.
All right, here's the problem to this.
it's corner.
It's in the corner,
Corner of what?
the property line.
With your neighbor?
No us.
My yard. This here is how the seawall is in front of my
Makes a
house.
cut.
Yeah,
All right, this here goes to the beach. Right here goes across,
Yep,
to now the neighbors.
all the way over to another neighbor.
yep.
And they have, goes down a couple and then it goes straight into a beach.
Okay.
All right, and they got about 30 feet of the wall, and then I have about 40 feet of wall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it was done,
So that
way back
hole
in the
is
day.
at
Yep.
the
all
corner.
right?
It's not too
And
far.
that hole is right, it's the corner pocket to a pool table. It's
Okay.
right in the corner,
Yeah,
and it's washing that whole thing away. What I was thinking of doing is kinda, because it's at a 45, moving it out just a little bit that way and bringing this in a little bit this way.
Mm-hmm.
So straightening out this wall a little bit,
Yep.
all right? And I know it would be stronger if there was a 90 right there, because you're not gonna get it the way you want it.
Yep.
You know, with the building, if we were to use like the building blocks where you load in behind, you know, it would definitely, you could, and put stakes through it. And it would just be an ended problem.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is with them is you gotta kick them at an angle so the ice will climb it.
Mm-hmm.
I think-
The
I
ice,
think the
my
ice
father
is
had
fine.
done that years ago, but after 45 years
Yeah.
of,
Yeah, it lasted 45 years. Quick
know.
question about the water you said coming from across the street and stuff like that.
Yeah,
What?
we live at the bottom of the hill.
Okay, so it's just
On
everything
the
just.
street, and there's a catch basin in front of our
'Cause if you
house,
fix it,
because we don't have a driveway.
Yeah.
We have to park in our yard, which is across the street. So all the crap from the street ends up in our house.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I just yelled at my son for parking
Alright.
on a walkway. For
So what do you suggest?
No, I'm just thinking if you don't correct the problem of the water coming down, deteriorating this wall from underneath, make everything soft, it's just gonna happen again.
I have another idea that has to go in front of the
Highway.
highway department.
Yeah.
I'm going to
We
be
got a lot
purchasing a little
I
bit
know,
more
it's
land
not easy.
behind.
Yeah.
Behind my, I have 3 lots across the street where my septic system sits on.
Yeah.
All right, and I'd like to put a garage or something because it's whatever.
Alright.
I want to put a building up over there, and to do the footage of what I want, I talked with Alan Diaz. I made up a deal with him to purchase a couple more
Can I have the
lots,
top one?
and once that
You
goes
can keep
in,
these.
You sure?
Yep.
All of them?
we're talking
Yeah, this is
about
the base-
putting
the
a
basin he's
French
talking about. That goes
drain
nowhere.
because
It's not connected
here's
to
the
anything?
street.
That would
Here's
help.
the
Well, it
street.
goes across the street now.
The
They
catch
did the highway
basin's
department
here.
did it a few years
Across the
ago.
road from the catch
And they
basin,
did a
they built
French
another
drain.
catch basin
They
that
did
doesn't have a top to it.
Making a mess across the street.
All right, it's just covered
We got a
over
lot
with
going.
dirt, so
But I
there's a
want
lot
to
of rock in
But
it.
it's like French drain
Work on
almost,
this
like
first.
6 down.
It's a French drain that
So
goes
I'm gonna
nowhere.
suggest,
Okay,
if he's
that's
gonna do,
the problem.
if
So
he's gonna do it.
I wanted to add on to
we'll leave it
that
just style like
to
an
go
IPA or
towards
something
the
with it, because
swamp
it's on the water.
right behind my
Yeah.
That
property, a
basically
French drain.
Let's,
So we're not
you're gonna tell us what you're gonna do.
adding to the
and we're gonna say, okay,
determinations.
Okay.
fine. That gets,
going
that's
to the
the
wall.
paperwork,
Almost.
and
That's
then
why
that's,
My father didn't
well, no,
wanna,
what that does is then
let-
gets everybody,
that case catch basin
everybody out of
go
trouble.
through the yard into the
Okay.
So
water.
an IDA.
Because he's trying to keep
And
some
that's what you
bacteria
guys-
down.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
We're trying to do the right
Debbie
thing.
will
Oh,
get
yeah,
that
absolutely,
for you,
yeah.
But we wanna have an
But
idea
I'm not a
first
builder, we're not
of what you wanna do.
engineers or
and
I
anything.
know
so-
enough to make
Yeah.
myself dangerous.
So that way, like a little plan or something,
Okay.
drawn up by somebody or something,
Okay.
that shows us what you wanna do. And then you'll like have on that plan like soil, not soil retention, but erosion control or anything like
Okay.
that. So come to us with a little plan, talk to somebody,
Okay,
get the ball rolling on everything. You'll file with us,
okay,
and then we'll get in here and we'll approve everything, and then you can start work on it right away.
okay.
My worst case scenario is the 2x3 block, which would end up ultimately increasing the yard. But I think it'd be probably the cheapest way to do what I need to do.
If you have an old plot plan
Yeah.
of your place, or you can get one, and then use that, and then lay out, have somebody do some measurements for you, say like, run the house where it currently is, and where you wanna do it. We can get this done fairly quickly. There's no reason why you can't be working on this within a month.
Oh, that'd be wishful.
I know.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you
Yeah.
very
Alright.
much.
So just do your research and then come back in, call Debbie and set up a plan, and come back on and see us, and we'll do a filing, and we'll get everything moving,
Sounds like,
Thank you.
okay?
thank you very much.
All right.
Take care, nice
Thank
seeing
you.
you.
Bye, Debbie.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
I did forget to ask if anybody else was here for 67, but no, okay.
So is that a notice of intent since it's right on the lake?
We'll ask Kathy that one, I'm not sure if it
Okay.
has to be a notice of intent or just an RDA to get to replace the retaining wall out there.
Yeah, usually if it's on the actual wetland, it's a notice of intent, or the buffer zone is the RDA.
Okay,
But I'll be in touch with them.
what's that? What is Halifax Estates? I should get that. Halifax Estates?
Yep.
How are you?
We're not on the agenda. We're just interested parties.
Interested parties?
No, of course.
Interested parties there, some of these are the members of the board there. so.
Very nice.
And a couple of friends of mine decided to come along too.
Okay,
So thank you for taking the time to see us today.
sure.
We just had some questions there because we got some changes going on down in the community and what have you. We just want to make sure that, long-term there, that's not going to have any adverse effects on Halifax Estates and on Halifax itself.
Okay,
So they put in a new area there that the yard waste is gonna go in there and what have you there. And it's pretty close to the pond that's behind our office there at 50 Sycamore Drive.
okay,
So we just wanted to make sure that that's, long-term, that's not gonna be a problem there with the leaves, the grass clippings there, the fertilizer that may go up with it and what have you there, draining into the pond and causing a problem.
okay,
And I believe there's supposed to be a buffer zone from wetlands and what have you there, so we're just concerned that anything like that, make sure that everything is well within the needs there, so.
okay. Do you have any type of,
I made some
Plan?
pictures up and what
Okay.
have you there, that this is just a little something there that I wrote up. and what have
Okay.
you there. Also, in that area there, it's, we have a landscaper that has lots of materials there too, so we always want to make sure that that also there is within the limits that it should be too.
Okay.
So, and just to say, we're not putting blame on anyone, we just want to know for our own goods as residents there of Halifax Estates and of the town there, that everything is where it should be.
Sure.
So that's, there's a picture of the landscaping there that is behind the office and the sales office there. That's just another picture of that. Here's a picture from the driveway looking down there. You can see where you can see a little section of that pond that's behind there too. So Thank God for Google Earth there, we have a couple other things there. There's an X right there that shows, that's our RV park there, that's our sales office. That area there is where the landscaping stuff is. And that X right there would be where the trees were taken down and a circle put in there. And that area there by the X there would be where the dumping has begun.
Okay. And when you say dumping,
Yes, the dumping of the leaves and grass clippings, pine
Okay.
needles, and what have you.
are you doing a compost pile or are you?
They're calling it that, what have you there, but I'm not sure whether that's the greatest area for that there, but they may be able to answer that question for you.
Okay,
So-
okay.
Also, there's another aerial shot there that shows you where everything is there, just so you get a little idea there where we are talking about there.
Do you have an idea right now, off the top of your head, from the pond to the dumping area, how far
Right.
you are?
Yeah, that I'm really not sure to
Okay.
tell you the truth there.
All right.
I can answer that.
Can you answer that?
It's over 100 feet, and I believe your requirement is 100 feet.
It's over 100 feet away?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Our concern on that also is that pile's gonna continue to go down the hill there too, so.
We
Yes.
actually invite you to come and see it.
Yeah, I think we'll have a better
I
vision.
that would be great.
spoke to the Board of Health before we did this. I also spoke to CMG, who's our environmental engineer,
Yeah.
and neither one of them said there should be any concerns. You're
There's
more
no
than
concerns of anything draining into the pond or anything?
Correct.
That,
Correct, we're more than 100 feet, I know the state is 50, town is 100. We did build a berm to
Yep.
even further protect it,
Yeah.
and you're more than welcome to come and view it. It's
Oh, that's the little
open
circle
by
you're talking about?
residents.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
oh yeah, no,
That's
you
a
just don't want
circle.
anything
And
going
this
into
is your
the ponds or
sales
anything.
office?
That's the sales office that's
Okay.
there, and there's just a picture of some of the stuff there, you know. And once again, our intent here is just to make sure that Halifax Estates itself is protected there, and us as Halifax residents wanna make sure everything's where it should be.
Okay.
You know, and we thought who better to answer our questions than the conservation. And there's some other pictures there that shows where that area is there.
Take that.
You see, I took a few. Try to be thorough there so you get a good idea on.
So I think the best thing to do would be for one of us to come over and just take a look
Please,
and make sure, you know,
you're more than
not, not saying you're not telling the truth, but just make sure everybody in the town is on the same page. And then, but I do like the comment that you made about it is slightly downhill, so we'll
Right, yeah,
keep
that-
creeping and
my
creeping
thought
and
there is
creeping
that
over time,
eventually
so.
It's actually belly.
If that
Yeah.
Goes
keeps,
back up.
Back
if that
Okay.
keeps building up and building up
Yep.
there, then eventually it
Okay.
comes there. Also, just the one other area there behind Henrich Hall there, there's a lot of wood chips there, and other people have noticed there and wanted that brought to the attention, because there's wetlands behind there also too. We want to make sure that whatever's done there is the way that it should be too.
Okay. What do those stay there, or do they get used and spread around,
They've
That's correct.
been sitting there for about a year for the most part.
get used for mulch in different places?
Most of them got used to build that between the
Okay.
grass and the trees.
Yep,
They
okay,
put down a lot of scrub that is wet out there.
okay.
They plan on continuing that, and to also use them in the garden area, in the walkways.
Okay.
And while you're there, you can probably take a peek at that, just to make sure that meets all the requirements there that the town.
That's one of the-
That's one of the piles that.
Okay. The only reason I asked about this one is depending on the dryness of it, that would be more for the fire chief as opposed to a
Oh,
fire hazard, as opposed to us worrying really about,
well,
where
we're
it's
just worried about
located, so.
that's is near the wetlands there and what
Yep.
have you there, and
Yep.
just to make sure that it's okay for it to be there and not
Okay.
gonna cause any other problems.
Yeah, and you said everything's outside the 100?
Yes, it is. We know what your requirements are.
okay.
Awesome.
So then the only other thing that I would ask him, and the only thing that that I'm not quite sure about, but to be honest with you, there are certain restrictions, so if you're dumping grass clippings there, I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but there is certain limits on the fertilizer usage around wetlands and things of that nature. It's usually when you're applying it, not when the grass clippings are there, so I think
There's
it'll
430
be fine
sites
with
there,
that.
so it's gonna be a lot of debris
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
yeah, but I don't think it has anything to do with the clippings, more of when it's applied.
All right, great.
So I don't think that's gonna
Whatever
be,
you decide.
yeah, I don't
Sure,
think that's gonna
that'd
be
be
any. Do you want us to call you ahead of time and let you know we're coming? Okay.
Please do.
Do we have can you leave us with a contact? Do you want me to, did you put it on your little letter here?
Sure, right, it's on that also.
Okay. How about
Someone from the board.
294-1035?
That's correct.
Okay, one of us we'll check our schedules. We all work during the day, but we will check our schedule and figure out when we can swing by, and
That'd be great.
probably won't be there more than 20 minutes.
All right, that'd be great.
All righty?
Thank you, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time.
All righty.
No, thank you for coming
Okay,
over.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we thank the members of the board.
Thank you.
we'll put these in the file for now.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you once again.
Thank you much, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, appreciate it.
One of us will have to go over there. I might be able to.
Do you want to leave your
Yes,
info?
please.
Yep.
Southpaw, like Eddie.
Is he-
Chemistry's
is he-
better than mine.
Is he special?
I think I'm special. One humble man's opinion.
Do you have a post in there? I'll put her info on there. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great night. Just for this,
I know, but I wrote a bunch of shit on it.
Put it.
Yeah.
Didn't mention that,
That's her.
didn't mention that.
Okay.
Okay, that's that one. $720. Just a
So that's,
little bit behind.
he was here the last meeting. It's MECO, MECO. They want to install some monitoring wells on Plymouth Street.
Okay.
And so when he was here last time, he didn't have a complete application and he didn't have a DEP file number yet, so they couldn't close the hearing. So I gave him instructions on how to file,
Okay.
and he's still having problems with it for some reason. I reached out to him today. He said that, I guess the online system was down, so I don't know. That's how we left it. So he knows that we can't, like, we can hear it, but we can't make a motion on it.
Right.
You know, we don't have a complete file.
Okay.
So,
So we'll set this one aside.
Yeah, it's gonna have to
Okay.
be continued, I guess. We don't even have a narrative of what he's doing.
Okay.
we're gonna go over the discussions next.
What's that?
Discussions next, because we have enough time.
Yeah, actions to be taken, some signatures
Yep.
from,
29 Ocean Ave.
yeah, so 29 Ocean, yep, so that's you and, yeah, all three of you actually could sign up because you were all there.
Is that in this folder with these? This one, septic.
Yep, perfect.
Not used to being so organized.
Really?
No.
Yeah, it's great. I like
Yeah.
the
I have so
system.
many post-its, I have like some sticking all over me at the end of the day.
Okay, so we signed the
Thank you. Perfect.
29 Ocean.
Yep. So, the next one, 115 River Street, that's the solar project that was ongoing, and they changed it to like a tilt rack system.
Okay,
But that's when you and Ed weren't here, so it was just the Colleen and Kathy, so Colleen can
So,
sign and.
yes, give them a call to have them come in and sign.
Yeah, I'll chase them down. I'll offer margaritas or something. Then, we have an inquiry from someone about 314 Plymouth, which I'm sure you all are familiar with this.
actually, I'm not.
This is.
Oh, I
this is
thought
my
that
notes,
was-
okay.
Oh,
I think you will be once you see the details. This is where they have the 40B John Peck Country Club Estate.
Oh, they're
Oh,
trying to
back
do
behind
something back.
O'Reilly's and that?
Yeah, so it kept being continued. So they had an ORAD and they extended it in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been expired by now, but the governor has put a moratorium on permits. And I did the calculation today, and to me, it looks like they have until February 2023. I just wanted you guys to look it over. This is his question. The files are just
What's that?
the files are just. It was hard. It was like a mystery. I was working on it like for a few hours.
Yeah, finding everything.
So this is my map. I know it's like scribble, but
Yeah, no problem. 3 years, 1945 passed between blah, blah, blah. So you're saying there's 611 days remaining until it expires?
I just
Oh, because from the date of the moratorium?
from the yep. So
So
we'll,
it adds on to it?
yeah. So from March 10th to June 15th,
Yeah.
we take that amount of days and.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look at it again tomorrow just to make sure.
Yeah, no, it sounds
fine.
like good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Very good job following up on it.
So, it's either that or they have to go through the whole process again. So
Nope, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
This one, for the stormwater management?
Yep, so stormwater management, that again is, Colleen can sign, but then Kathy and Kim have to come in.
Yeah.
This is a new form, so I was just working with, the company that, the VHB that wrote up the bylaws, and the town of Canton had a form. We needed something that we could sign and like file with, the registry of deeds.
Mm-hmm.
So I just created this afternoon with that help, like I used like the template, but then I modified it for Halifax. So they can create a form specifically for us, but it won't be until probably July when they can start working on it. So in the
Yeah.
meantime, we can use this if, not like we get a ton of stormwater applications, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So is
Well,
this
what's the
something, is this something you want to use in the meantime until they get a form?
Yeah, cause they need something from us,
Okay.
so,
So is this something we all have to, is this something we have to approve
I would,
until their form is available?
well, like, the company, the environmental consultants who wrote up the bylaws said that it was okay to use this, and she made notes on the town of Canton form.
Okay.
How to modify it for Halifax.
yeah, I don't think we have to have a motion or anything on this, because
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a temporary situation too.
yeah, and they're,
I never approved anything temporary.
we just didn't have anything prepared yet, you know, 'cause it was brand new. When I presented, the conditions were they have to do yearly checks, and there's a form for that as well, so I'm gonna give that to them, and they know that, it's like, it's in the bylaws as
Yeah, it's in-
well.
Do you want to do this at all?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I think we saw it last time.
Thank you. As long as it's not the signature page, we're okay.
Good job. Okay.
So you just sign
Yes,
this?
just where, put your name.
Oh, I did not sign it.
No, that's okay.
No, that's for them from the past meeting.
Oh, from the
For
past one.
for the ladies, thank you.
Yeah, it was ladies' night, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
Do I hear a motion to pay bills?
I'll make a motion to pay bills.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So glad. That was so many people in one place at one time.
Yeah, it was for the states.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, she was not happy.
That's just interrupted.
Good?
Yeah.
Bills?
Is that it?
Oh, you need it?
That's it for bills,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the end of total.
That's the end of it?
That's the big bill.
All right, anything else? The zoning appeals, did I get that?
We're good?
The zoning.
Review the
Oh,
form.
yeah, just interrupt. That's all, just to review, I think. What's this? This guy.
Top one.
Yeah. Just, interrupt his memos and decision letters. And that's it.
You're the clerk, that's you.
You're the clerk?
Where's my stamp? Or just there, there's much questions. Just in for stuff. Money. Hmm. That's all. Their office.
What's this one? Oh, but
Petition.
Okay. Took your bills. There's nothing special in there.
Yeah, it's just Paradise Lane, Deborah, yep.
Pole barn for a wedding business?
Hmm.
Oh, is that that?
That was today,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
it's like after the fact. I'm here to look at it.
Well,
little
we
bit.
have different time meetings.
I finally got back into the email today.
Oh, did I?
Make a motion to adjourn?
I put a motion that way adjourned?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good stuff.
See you later, bye.